All right, today is yet another beautiful day the Lord has given unto you and I. Ebusi any day kwan so ma chia ona me ma akwa abasonko emfa omra possible multimedia. Me amedi media ho chia me medin Ede Francis Achu aka possible me didi say adom any ahweye nti onyakopo adom menu mienu na ye ho eye ebusi ha no ma mo aya we say anytime any day a mo son for Francis Achu me ni mu bedi nhyiemu na e kire say amanyo nsem a etwagu wo ye man konkron Ghana ebi ena adrop a ama as usual mo humble servant possible media chakwa we no krani bia me di bi e ba besum na mepre me no ka say die headline ba ko anasa asem ba kwa air trend ne say CNN Çollàpse NDC Campaign flat inchemu ene saying shanu so me say aha ye ni atem ya dwen ene e kire based on what we see and hear on social media ebusha inchemu anasa amanebo abeto ya pono so ene say CNN for asoma omo eduma eni ba kwa ni din ede Larry Maddo amana ba be piemu ewo Ghana ha se omra na sadia afiwe akwaya abato afeni ntino Larry Maddo emra na omra embeye ni hwehwemu enhu ne se sen ena abato mu nhihye no eko from various political parties we say party we say maye we party we say maye we na ba kon aye bibia editwam party ben ehun sem ena ye kan busia amanebo eni nchemu e kire se Nana Addo Showboy Addo Gagai akwa commission Prempeh Airport Prempeh ameno ka say die adru election year yi ena papa yi ekọ commission ana se eye adwuma dadade enso wakwa piem ana se wakwa biem ama sese ofi London ana se London ba Ghana akonya edem intino yen hwade o papa ne smart to the extent that we mienu any other day but aka just some few days na 7 December edru intino wama akonya aba bedem se enya fe na obekwa akopiem ewo Kotuka ewo Accra demom ufi London na obetumi atwa to straight na aba be piem ewo Kumasi se de be ya sa abanu abato ni ntina oba ya na wanya akonya no ato aba na no ena Larry Maddo ebefa report ede kwoye ama CNN for address issue no said e esifatie nti ne tenten ni tete ane say Nana Addo a commission Prempeh Airport ama na domestic the whole of Africa nhwehwemu ema yeti ase say I don't know about one of the best so far so good ebusia mempesa mekasa ne be tenten no eni de kwan so ka me ho ne nkonkwaje nsem ne mu nchemu ankasa ne hu kwan kra Nana Addo efa so o commission airport kwan ofa so airport kra eba life on the other hand you say party be allegedly NDC for time JM enso ekosi bi ewo voter region there no akapom how true it is yenko ne enkoje nsem ne munchemu ne wie na bibi eche wadwa free na eche wadwa comment section no asenyakopon ensha yenyina
departure from Kumasi Prempeh International Airport 11 a.m. arrival London Gatwick 6 p.m. The next flight is scheduled for 15 December 2024 to accommodate the Christmas holidays. Subsequent flight schedules will be published in the coming weeks. Signed, management.
Prempeh.
Hey, Nana Addo, one year na nye den.
Addo Showboy.
Dem one year na nye den. I mean, yeah. One year we samre mu na nye den. Oh, come on.
Esu.
Hey. London Gatwick.
Straight to Prempeh.
To Prempeh International.
I am telling you.
You know, the other day, I mean, 2 weeks ago, me who CNN, one reporter back home, Larry Maddo.
Mm-hmm.
He's a Kenyan, but I'm sure, but works for CNN. And also by Ghana. And me who be on X, Twitter. And also AD Prempeh International Airport. One dance here.
Yeah.
And he actually said in that video, say, in all his travels, especially in West Africa, if not almost the whole of Africa, no, West Africa, yeah, Prempeh International Airport is the number one airport for domestic.
Yes.
Domestic.
Yes.
Yeah, that is the number one.
Yes.
Domestic, I think the whole of Africa. Now we've added international to it.
That's it.
From 3rd December,
December,
which is next week Tuesday.
Next week Tuesday.
The first batch. They say Nana Addo Asheda. And MPP for Mugu landing. What do I pass on beto abanyesa?
I'm not to aba.
Everybody nyankopon.
You know, about who TM or ba nyame ya wo hu ya ka twen about Saturday who ya ka twen.
Abroni be nti.
Pepe. Abroni be yi.
Wait there. I mean, there's a mumra no beto aba.
Omba no beto aba.
There's a same.
Osemu.
And na me Volta region. John Muhammad AC airport my. Esimurem. Honestly, no, let's be frank about it. Esimurem. Wurem na esimurem no. Enye se Nana Addo ne bae e na we di abro. E na we jai airport na esimurem. I remember as Deputy General Secretary Amopa. The late Jifa Ativo, na transport minister at the time.
Yeah.
Sadly we buy. Some of us were very skeptical. Who Google and now we talk be after there. Agbogbo mafia of the whole traditional area. Onona otina dream adana ye de soso bo fam say be see sa Volta Airport. And if you Google now, you will find it so you can show it to your viewers. Long and short, or kasa we you know say I hope that this project will not be a white elephant. Because Togbi Apede is in the aviation industry. Africa World Airline. Any day?
Yeah.
Yeah. Togbi Apede, Strategic African Securities. Among his businesses, Asogli Power Plant, a business portfolio now. And he's in the aviation industry, African World Airlines. Eko Kumasi, Eko Tamale, Eko the West African sub-region. I've actually sat in it to Lagos before on one of my ECOWAS election duties. And no ye ho
yeah.
But his flight does not go to who because it's not commercially viable. It is not commercially viable. So John Mahama.
Now omusi and koko omu bia no de.
Well, what was the needs assessment? You understand? What was the needs assessment? I would call Sa airport no. And I talked at the sword cutting car said, I hope it will not be a white elephant. And he said, I was in Ho last week, Misako. It's embarrassing. Because you ask yourself, Dabeng and Asa airport no ebe viable. Yeah. Dabeng Sa airport no ebe commercially viable. So what was the whole and now in your intro?
Yeah.
Also more free bono.
Yeah.
Every asante memo.
Yeah.
Every north. So you drop at PIA, Prempeh International Airport. Electric buses soon are ebe.
Esu.
Unyam bakwape
Pa
where do fie? I'm telling you. Electric buses soon are ebe. Apart from VIP, STC, all these other buses, road networks, we are improving. So by the time you get to PIA, from Gatwick to PIA, say Jason na woko, say Santasi na woko, say Ahunjo na woko, where do fie? Say Fidem Mahafu, Fidem so na woko, say Bechem, say Chira na woko, Nkranza, where do fie? Say Tamalesu na woko, where do fie? Now, I'm over. Sa upgrading way. And our mind be a share. And Dr. Bawumia, Vice President, Adenta hire electric buses here.
Yes.
We could see me in Chollàpse school. And now, Eja, sorry, you are scanning the media. And almost say, Obeba be commission electric buses. Ewa Adenta. Kwa nyi do minyehwe amin fifimu. Nti me propaganda. They are mehu and America. So yesterday morning, even before you saw it, even before the commissioning, me see me in Chollàpse school and me say, look, someone said then you better identify me go fifimu. And me drew on them after the Goyle filling station.
Yeah,
it was our dental line or so. So that is the aviation road. And I'm a boy. Good. Out the Babako Pim, Reese Junction. On the right, after the Goyo filling station. Yard be wo. Senampa buses you electric buses. So I saw it with my eyes. Say buses no. Later on the day, me say omo commission my vice president name.
Yeah.
Amofa inti say obika say digitalization and all these improvements doesn't translate into money in my pocket. I ask myself, Sandy Pano, Nyokano Otiasie, because I'm over elsewhere, because we've had the opportunity to travel and live in school elsewhere. Now, with such a transportation system, you are not using petrol, you are not using diesel, yes, sir.
Fuel,
so you just plug, and they have the power points.
Yes.
So what we need now is then constant electricity supply to be able to charge those buses. But the point I'm making is air-conditioned buses, well maintained. Amofa, I can now park my vehicle at a bus terminal. Now Martina bus from Adenta.
We do our slot card now.
Good. So from Adenta to Accra, Miko meeting, I can sit in the bus and catch up on minutes.
Be reading.
I can be reading.
Air-conditioned bus.
Air-conditioned bus. I'm sure in good time they may even serve tea and coffee, so you can actually have a breakfast on the bus. But the point I'm making is that so it means that during the week I park my vehicle at a terminal and I pick the bus in and out. So I spend less money on fuel. I spend less money on wear and tear. I spend less money on maintenance. Say shock absorber, say oil filter, say sanyamano amofa. In 6 months, in 1 year, okay, cancer sikani jina ebo anoa. It becomes money in my pocket. So I have more disposable income. That's how you build the economy. That thing I see, when we say Prime Minister of Denmark, you see what the train, because the train is reliable.
Yeah. Otibas,
because the bus is reliable. It comes on time. So if I know, say, Mitio Yarefa, now me pick bus no ewa Denta terminal at 7:30. Me must say Medru by 7:20, and the bus moves at 7:30. I know that by 8 o'clock or 8:30, I'm in the CBD, the Central Business District. Me when me meeting, meaning say by 3 p.m. I can pick the same bus back to Adenta. Then I pick my vehicle back to Oyarefa. That is how societies have developed. It is obika me say digitalization. Yen to me fa en wadokono. Yen to me fa nchechinam. Yen to me fa enyameko. Inti yen bongua. I ask myself, sebe eyeboapoyo anase unim en wa sheda na politics inti. Yen di ntron kakra nefa propaganda mfem. So amofa flight Ethiopian Airlines.
Ethiopian Airline.
Now, Ethiopian Airlines is the #1 carrier in Africa.
Yes.
And I'm a boy. Ethiopian Airlines, the #1 carrier in the whole of Africa.
Sure.
Competing with the best in the world. Recently, they've introduced a new fleet of their Airbuses, trying to compete with Qatar Airlines and the Emirates. So if Ghana, Ghana Airways, but be sure say in good time. But
sure,
to make the point that if we can partner with Ethiopian Airlines and land passengers and pick up passengers from the middle belt of Ghana, that's all. We are moving forward. We are upgrading. Because some passengers on Mefro plane, you be some party card. And one say Ghana passport. And I say Ghana card. Nanyin. Nobody's asking you MPP, NDC, YPP, FPP.
International Airport Kumasi, your first time I had TB. The Edikano and Mami Gifativo, Omubia no near there. Man, who said international flight be a baho? Won't you ask him on there?
Well, and I make us say it is the preparedness of the nation at a certain point in time. And baby, I person on my I am fine politics ni propaganda. But ya shed up as a human say beboa ubiano. That's the difference.
Okay.
And I make us say Jifati Vomeye, so rest in peace. As roads sector minister transport, and I must say airport, Mukusi airport for Volta, and Medicanca. Some of us had reservations. Ninyana Kaone yese yeye anti-JM. Because at the time, baby I see airport no ewo Titrinu. So Titrinu, it means that from Ho through Trafalgar Hospital, then you get to Titrinu. If you continue, then you are now going to Agotime, Petwe, baby accepts training college in the world. Then you continue through Dakar, get to Joje, get to Denu and Aplau. At the time, na yedi airport what we needed the most, Amofa, was the road from Ho through Joje to Denu. And I remember people saying, say, na airport here mo wako si ai. Inti ebe fa kai free Denu aba Ho abe through flight and sani akonkran. And I said, yeah. Meanwhile, the Eastern Corridor Road, and I've said it, people say I'm being disingenuous, but Amofa, I'm here ahinkwa, and I say Chiame and I'm President Mills a year Juma. There was a 3 billion Chinese facility from China for the Eastern Corridor, and the main Eastern Corridor itself starts from Tema Runabout through Afienya, Edeko, Asikuma Junction. No, so through Atimpoku, all the way to Japan, Asikuma Junction, Apegusu, Finte, Honumunyako, now we do Asikuma Junction, Opai left through Peki, Goviepe, go all the way to Have, then Fodome, Golokwati, you go into Jasikan, KJB, go into Nkwanta, through Pandai, Bimbila, Yendi, and then to Tamale. That is the whole Eastern Corridor stretch, secured under President Mills. He passed on, only God knows what happened. As Deputy General Secretary of the party, National Chairman Kofi Potufe, and 3 other national officers, at the invitation of the Communist Party of China, we were in China for 1 week, long and short. They couldn't understand why John Mahama had single-handedly worked to abrogate some of these things. And
this is serious.
I'm telling you, that is why under John Mahama the Eastern Corridor Road was not constructed. And he said, Nano, I was on the road, and I'm sure you've seen it.
Yes.
Under Nana Addo, the Prempeh stretch from Peki through Prempeh, through Goviepe to Have, Masa, done excellent.
First class.
Under this current administration. So, yeti bebini ese hwenkoso of Volta Regina. It's not true. University of Health and Allied Sciences, we all know the story about phase 2. The biggest midwifery and nursing training school in the whole of West Africa. The biggest simulation center in the whole of West Africa. Apart from that, the road from Sokode leading to the university. Last week I was there. At least the first layer of tar, you can see it on it. It was also awarded under President Mills. He died. The contract was abrogated. And I know the contractor, but of course, I won't mention his name. That he doesn't understand why after the death of President Mills, President Mahama took over and that contract was abrogated. So my brother, when we are saying the thing, Temamoto Way has just been given out. My own line, Adenta, through Frafraha, Oyarefa, Malejo, Edeko, Dodowa, Somanya, Dodowa, yeah, then through Shai, Edeko, Somanya is also under contract. And if you look at the storm drains that are being constructed at different levels, it tells you that eventually when the road is finished, it will be a first class road. Because if you see the depth, the width, iron rods are echo storm drains. Say benyati gates nibia yeah and any ochinana ehirina yema. So it is a modern road construction that is taking place. And Nana Addo ena femudie 8 years obeko obi beba betwaso. But the point we are seeking to make is that
Kogo, you have a different passion when it comes to Ghana.
Look, because I keep saying growing up in Bema camp, what I saw in 79